Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your teacher Aubrey on your screen. So for today's video, meron naman tayong bagong lesson at ang lesson nito ay still on the basic terms and concepts on geometry, but this time we talk of the subsets of the line and angle. So for this lesson, you will need your measuring devices, especially Protractor. Kung wala kang Protractor, kindly download on your cell phones or smartphones, and this will serve as your protractor for the meantime. And more bonus for you pag natapos mo ang video nito. So keep on watching. We are still on the first lesson of the third quarter, which is the basic concepts and terms in geometry. And this is still our module for this week. And this module contains these topics: the undefined terms, subsets of line, and angles. We are done with the undefined terms. Now let's proceed to the subsets of line and angles. So let's proceed with the subsets of line. The subsets of line are the line segment and the ray. So we have line segment, and ray. And we can have another geometric terms, and they are parallel lines, perpendicular lines, intersecting lines, concurrent lines, and skew lines. But before that, let's define again line. So when we say line, it is a set of points arranged in a row and can be extended endlessly in both sides. And it is a one-dimensional figure. 2 points determine a line. That is, 2 distinct points are contained by exactly one line. We use lowercase letter or lowercase script letter or any 2 points on the line to name the line. As what we defined, line is a compilation of lots of points, but in naming a line, we use only 2 distinct points on the line. So for example, we have point A and point D. So this is now called line AB or line BA. It can be commutative kasi pareho silang may arrow, and they can both be extended endlessly on each direction. So kahit balik-baliktarin mo, okay lang. Next, we have ray. This is an example of a ray. And the definition of a ray is a part of a line but has only one endpoint and extends endlessly in one direction. So as you can see in the figure, may endpoint dito siya nag-extend to the right. The other figure, nandito yung endpoint niya, nag-extend siya sa left. So we name a ray by its endpoint and one of its point. So if you're going to name a ray, focus on the endpoint and then tignan na kung anong point ang gusto mo na nasa ray. Basta mauna yung endpoint. So for example, we have point A and point S. And in here, let's have point B and point N. The first figure, we name that as ray AS. Focus on the endpoint, which is point A. So, point A yung nauna. Hindi siya pwedeng ray SA kasi hindi siya commutative gaya ng line. Dapat mag-focus ka sa endpoint. Next figure, we can name this as ray MB, not ray BM because the endpoint is on M. Let's proceed to the next, which is the line segment. Line segment, ganito siya. Yan. A line segment is a part of a line that has two endpoints. The length of a segment can be determined by getting the distance between its endpoint. It cannot be extended on both direction or in any direction. Ganyan lang siya. So let's have example. We have point S and point R. We can name this as line segment SR or line segment RS. They can be commutative because they have the same endpoint on each side and it cannot be extended. Let's proceed also to the other terms on line. The first one is the intersecting lines. Two lines are intersecting if they have a common point. So let's have example, this line and that one. They intersect at one point and that is the point dito. So, pwede rin siyang ganyan. Pwede rin siyang ganyan. Pwede rin siyang ganyan as long as they have a common point. Next example is the perpendicular lines. Two lines are perpendicular if they intersect at 90 degrees. So, the symbol for perpendicularity is this. Example, we have this line and that one. The point of intersection is this one. But this time, they form a 90-degree angle. So, in perpendicular line, ito yung palatandaan mo. Basta may ganito na may square or may ganito siya, meaning yan ay perpendicular na siya. Meaning 90 degrees. Let's have the next, which is the parallel lines. Two lines that do not meet. And this is the symbol for parallelism. Kahit i-extend mo siya, hindi sila mag-i-intersect. But they are on the same plane. Next, we have the concurrent lines. Three or more lines are concurrent if they all intersect at only one point. For example, these lines. So, these lines are concurrent. They can be three or more as long as they have the common point as their intersection. Ayan. And then the next one is the skew lines. These are the lines that do not lie on the same plane and do not meet. For example, we have this figure. We can have this line and that one. Kahit i-extend mo sila, hindi sila mag-meet. Yung parallel lang, they are the lines on the same plane. But this skew line, they are the lines that are not on the same plane and do not intersect each other. So let's have a try. Give a pair of lines that are perpendicular. So perpendicular meaning to say they intersect at 90 degrees. So we can have line DH and line HG. Ito, line DH and line HG. Correct. Next, we have parallel. These are the lines that are on the same plane but do not meet each other. We can have line AB and line BC. Ayan. We can also have line BF and line CG. We can also have line DH and line CG. Ganon. Intersecting lines. These are the lines that intersects at one point. Pwede yung mga perpendicular dito, pero pwede rin kahit hindi perpendicular. So, for example, we have line AB and line BC. Okay, these lines. Line AB and line BC. So, they meet at the point B. Skew lines. We have, for example, line HE dito and line BF. Yan. Okay. Pa-horizontal yan, pa-vertical yan. They are not on the same plane and they do not meet each other. Let's have the next one, concurrent lines. Yan, we can have line AB and line BC and line BF. three lines intersect at a common point which is B. Nagets yun? So if you got that point, then let's proceed to the next lesson, which is on angles. I know some of you have already know or a prior knowledge on this lesson since you tackled this before in your lower mathematics. Angles. An angle is a union of two non-collinear rays with a common endpoint. The two non-collinear rays are the sides of the angle, while the common endpoint is the vertex. So as what we have discussed earlier, ray is a subset of a line that has an endpoint and can be extended on one direction. So, may arrow yung isang side may endpoint. Ito, nag-intersect daw na ray at they have a common endpoint. So, let's encircle the examples of ray. This one is an example of an angle. This is another example of an angle. This is not an example of an angle. This is not again an example of an angle. This one is an example of an angle. This is not kasi line segment sila. And also this is not. And this is not. Dapat dalawang ray. So, yung tatlo lang, sila yung examples ng angles. How do we name an angle? For example, in this figure, you can see an angle with points B, A, C, and a number 8, and a point Y and point X. We can name this angle as angle BAC, angle CAB, or if given a number, then we can have angle 8. As long as the vertex is on the middle. It can never be angle ABC, angle CBA. It can never be like that because the point at the middle should always be the vertex. And your vertex now is point A. And the sides, we can have the ray AB and ray AC. Don't write it as BA and CA. Mauna lagi yung vertex. Ray AB and ray AC. And then the interior points are points that are inside the angle, and we have point Y. While on the other hand, exterior points are the points outside the angle, and we have point X. And we also have types of angles. There are three types of angles: the acute, the right angle, and the obtuse angle. So when we say acute angle, these are the angles that measures more than 0 degrees but less than 90 degrees. So yung 0 at 90 hindi included. So mag-start ka with 1 at mag-end ka by 89 or 89.999 as long as hindi kasali yung 90. So for example, pag acute, medyo maliit lang yung opening niya. You can have this angle, you can have that one. You can also have that one. As long as maliit lang yung opening niya. Next, we have the right angle. A right angle measures exactly 90. Hindi siya pwedeng maging 89, hindi siya pwedeng maging 91, pero 90 lang. At it can be indicated by this. Just like the perpendicular lines. Ganyan. Kung may ganito na yung figure, meaning to say it measures 90 degrees. Kahit mag-face siya pag ganito, pag ganyan, it's still 90 degrees. As long as may ganito, meaning It is a 90-degree angle and it is a right angle. Next, let's have the obtuse angle. An obtuse angle measures more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. An example is that no obtuse medyo nakayang. So the measurement should be 91 until 179. Basta hindi kasali yung 90 at 180. So let's have a recap. Pag acute, medyo small opening lang siya. Pag right, letter L. At pag obtuse, bukaka. Now, how to use the protractor? When the angle is facing right, use the inner part dito. Pag, for example, ganyan yung angle or ganyan, they are facing to the right, so we use the inner part. But if the angle is facing left, just like this, or this, we use the outer part. Ayan, ito naman yung gamitin natin dito. So, let's have examples on how to use the protractor. Number 1, that angle. Using the protractor, always put the vertex. Always consider the vertex and this part. You always start with 0. Because it faces to the right, we use this part. Yan. And then, this determines now the measurement of the angle. So, it is in here. We can have the measurement of 55 degrees for angle number 1. Next, let's have angle number 2. As you can see, the angle is facing to the left. So, put now your protractor, consider the vertex, and then this. Start with 0, dapat linya yan, nakalinya. Since it is facing to the left, consider this part. Ito. And the measurement is 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, this angle measures 118 degrees. It is an obtuse angle. And then, let's also have this one. An angle facing to the right again. And it is an acute angle. So, let's get the measurement of that. We have 60 degrees. Okay. Now, it's your turn. Open your modules and do the activities assigned to you by your teacher. Thank you for watching and God bless you all. Stay safe, everyone. And that ends our lesson for today and I hope you learned something. Do not